YouTube, what is going on? Crowder here, and I'm bringing you guys a quick and short intro. Today is a coaching VOD gameplay review. Video on demand, VOD. Basically, I'm watching someone else's video or gameplay, and I'm just kind of giving them some coaching tips of what I think they can work on better. I have a pretty cool intro to exactly how you get this done in my channel. If you are a member of the crowd and a subscriber on Twitch, this is really easy, and you go on the Discord. I kind of explain it through this video, as well as also coaching CPreds through this one. This is a very good player. This is more advanced tips. Not the craziest thing, because it was like a 5-minute gameplay, so I can't go too in depth, but I think I do my best with helping him out and becoming a better player if I can. If not, I tried my best, and obviously I'm not always going to be successful, and I'm not always going to have life-changing advice, but I think this was a pretty good one. I think the Twitch chat seemed to like it a lot, so I think you guys will too, and everyone tells me to upload these to YouTube, so here we are. But yeah, if you guys like this kind of content and you obviously like this series, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend. If you guys want some Warzone tips, you actually have a pretty good opportunity to work with, you know, myself and the coaching side of me on some of your Warzone gameplay. But that's really all I have to say for this one. Pretty short and sweet. Hopefully you enjoy this gameplay review and you get a little bit better. These tips help you out as well. And as always, it's been your boy Crowder. Like the video, and I'll see you guys next one. We got CPreds. He says, hey Crowder, would love a gameplay review. For the context, I started playing COD in April of 2020. I've never played an FPS game before, and my first game was Warzone and /MW in 2019. Twitchvideos.com is a solo quad gameplay. Okay. KD of all time is a .93. This was when my Verdansk KD and I stopped playing Verdansk and Rebirth came out, and then KD on CROWDER'S specifically is a 1.6. KD on Rebirth is a 1.62. 100 games, 2.5. So this guy is obviously pretty good. He's got some talent to him. Strengths, his movement and his ability to break cameras, bunny hop, slide canceling in general. Aim can mostly hit upper torso and headshots. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. Centering is sometimes it is in the right spot, and other times I'm just moving around. So weaknesses is centering. Positioning, I go sometimes a little too gung-ho instead of playing the fight smart. I have actually probably some good advice for that, because that used to be my issue as well when I'm actually trying and stuff. That's a big issue of mine. What I hope to improve is generally just smarter plays / game sense. I played a lot of solo quads on Rebirth, and I need to improve tempo so I can consistently win 1v4s. So before we do anything really quick, consistently winning 1v4s, I'm going to say this now. A lot of 1v4ing usually goes down to the other team making mistakes or not being that good. And obviously sometimes they can be that good, but it's usually very, very rare where if a team were to team push you as a 4, you're not going to have enough ammo to kill all 4 of them. And if they do it the right way, you have a 0% chance of killing them. But most of the time when you play people in Warzone, they're actually not, you know, a freaking professional quad team. So you have plenty of times where you can 1v4 a lot, and it's very, very possible to do it more than often and obviously be better at the game and be better at those situations. So I can definitely probably help you out with this. We're going to watch his gameplay chat, and we're just going to go into just what we think he needs to be better at. So this is like my first ever Rebirth tips and tricks kind of thing, but all the tips and tricks that you see in Call of Duty and all the aiming tips and centering tips, most of it is general based just to Call of Duty in general, and not in the CROWDER or that. So this is still Reaper, like, you know, this is actually cool. All right. Screw that mod guy, David. All right, so we got CPreds here. He's streaming, playing some Call of Duty, and it looks like he's playing solo quads. He obviously has fills, so I don't think he's playing with anybody. He's just playing by himself. So I want to watch him and just see if I can give any feedback to help him out. Sometimes it's not always going to be like the best feedback. For more advanced players, you know, obviously we can help you, but it's always not going to be sometimes like life-changing stuff if you're super advanced, which this guy seems to be. But we can see and just try and do our best to help him out. All right.
Because they're all just like sitting here like asking to get shot. Yeah,
they are. I agree. I'm flying. Okay. And he wants to learn, like, what he wanted to improve on really quick was to play smarter, and it seemed like his weaknesses was like sometimes he approaches 1v4s in a pretty bad way. But right now I like the way he's doing this. So his movement's definitely good. His centering's not bad.
I'm waiting for them to like be up top here. Wait.
Let's see.
All right, I'm just doing it.
Okay, nice. Got he's here some reses below him, it sounds like.
He's below me.
Yeah. Busting open the door, nice shots. So he's picking off this team, which is nice. He's obviously got some UAVs and stuff, which is nice in Rebirth. Nice shots out of them. So yeah, CPreds obviously has really good gun skill, right? He knows what he's doing. He's considered a demon. I like it. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, he heard some footsteps right there to his right? Yeah. Very nice aim right there. Obviously hit the first headshot, got the multiplier. Absolutely melts him. How long is this gameplay really quick? Oh, not that long at all. Okay.
The aimbot is on today, chat.
Yes, it is. Very nice shots. Again, so like when when you're on this level of Call of Duty, in my opinion, where you're really good, like obviously you can see that this guy has the gun skill, he has centering, he's got good movement, he's got a lot of the basics down. A lot of the stuff that he's going to need to work on is usually not like that, which is really good for him. It's just usually the way he approaches fights, but he hasn't approached any of these fights badly yet. He doesn't need help. Well, everyone needs help. Even I, like, no matter what level you are, you're always going to need help in some specific area of your game, no matter how good you are. Trust me, I promise you, you always will. But obviously some more than others. I just want to see... The thing is, like, I'm never going to just give someone advice just to sound like I'm smart and, like, act like I'm, you know what I mean? Like, if I think, like, you're pretty good, I'm going to be real with you. Like, I'm never going to just be like, oh, you should be doing this, this, and that just to sound smart. So, right now, he's been playing this pretty stellar. So, I've been, like, pretty impressed with how he's been doing this, to be honest with you. That guy is horrible. Let's see what he does here with this UAV. He's got information that he's got 2 people below him. He's obviously holding high ground, which is good.
Oh, I'm going off, bro. What? I'm going off. What?
So now, really quick, before anything else happens, what I was going to say is as soon as he says I'm going off and he gets on a heater, this is usually where the best of the best, like that go on heaters consistently and they usually finish them out and do really well. They usually make the mistake of like, going on too much of a heater and getting overzealous and dying. I've had that issue when I was actually, going hard in Warzone myself. Let's see. Let me just back it up really quick. So right here, he says I'm going off and he starts to push. Like, let's see. I'm curious to see how this goes.
Going gun is legit. Dude, I need to run this thing. What? This thing is legit, dude. I don't even have loadout.
I'm glad that he's learning that the Owen gun's insane. I personally wouldn't have done what he just did, so I'm curious to see how this plays out. Before I say it, I'm going to watch it and say like what I probably would have done. It doesn't mean that what I would have done is better. I just think this could have been played smarter. Because you see how he's now saying he's above me and he's like not in that much of an advantageous position to play. Like, I don't know. I personally don't like that he dropped down initially, but I'll explain why after this.
Try to flank around.
This is a good play. So he recovers from it, which is nice. So I don't like what he initially did, but I do like what he just did right here. Obviously, these guys don't look very good, too, which is nice. You can eat these guys alive. Nice shots. Try and work to get your loadout here. Yeah, okay. So, the one thing I'll say is, he said his weaknesses is sometimes he gets a little gung-ho. And, when he, what's it called? Let me just read it off exactly just to make sure I'm not tripping. So he said, weaknesses is centering. His centering was pretty good right there. I'd have to see him play more to see if his centering is that, like, his centering was pretty good. He looked really, really talented. But positioning, sometimes I go a little gung-ho instead of playing the fight smart. So you notice in this gameplay right here, sorry, he kills this guy, and look. This is all I'm going off. And the biggest thing, and this is my advice, this could not be 100% right here, but every time I have ever went on a heater and then said it out loud, I'm on a heater, and then start to try and force the issue of being on the heater, I usually ruin my heater by a stupid useless death. And what I mean by that is when you're on a heater, all you have to do is continuously play smart, and most heaters come to you. Like, you go to the action, but then you play the smart fight, and the gunfights and the games come to you. Like, all my 40 bombs that I have dropped, I started off like 60 left, 20 kills, and all of a sudden I'm like, yo, I'm on a heater. And then I tried the forced issue and I died. But the ones that I actually finish out usually start by me saying, okay, I'm on a heater. I'm going to start flying to, as much action as I can. But when I'm in the action, I'm not going to be an idiot. And that was something I really needed to work on when I was playing for my PRs. I've choked probably 2 or 3 50 bombs in Verdansk pretty badly by being overzealous and stupid and pushing a building when I shouldn't have, when I didn't have the position. What I was going to say I would have done differently here if I was him is he says I'm going off. And now look, on the mini map, there's people up here and then there's people on top of his roof with like over here. Look what he does next. So look, you see all these dots? They're like below him and there's a roof here and he can use this to like jump out over there. Like he could stay on top here for the most part, right? Like stay high ground. Look what he does. He drops down. Now, every single opponent right here is now above him. Yes, he doesn't have a loadout, but he doesn't need one. The Owen gun is not needed. You don't need your loadout in this situation in Rebirth because the Owen gun is actually really good. So he could have got away with like not having to buy a loadout. So I don't think he should have force bought this. I think he should have waited until he died and then got to do loadout later on in the game. What I think he should have done here, as soon as he drops down here, he puts himself at a point where everyone's above him. And now skipping forward, you see he gets this kill. And now, you know, he goes, oh, yo, they're above me. And he's like trying to get you like, you know, look. You know, if they're all above him, he's like, shit, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Yeah, look what ends up happening. He has the UAV. They're over by his loadout now. He's going to flank around. This is a good play to recover from the mistake he made. But again, Zone's now on his side. He's got to rotate into them. And he's also got to hope that this team is not good where they're obviously not going to let him do this, right? So he put himself at a pretty bad spot by dropping down off the high ground and trying to force the issue of getting a quick and easy kill. Again, you could always recover from them and, you know, make it work, which he could have just did right there. I think right there after he got that down, backing it up one more time, after he gets this down and he has the other guy cracked, he should now try and play for the high ground again and push this guy with the Owen, because that is much more important in my opinion. I think holding this high ground is good, and what you need to do in these situations is regain control of the map and always make sure you're in a like an advantageous spot. When you're playing 1v2s, 1v3s, and 1v4s, you always want to be in the position where you can get a kill, not take that much damage, and still have cover, right? When you're down low and under a team, usually you cannot do that, and it becomes more of how much you can finesse, where when you are above them and they can't get to you and you can back up and heal and you can do all that stuff, it's more, you know, it helps you out a lot. What he should have done here is after he makes the first mistake, he recovers from this mistake. I think the next mistake here is this. Look, 1, 2. He has 2 cracked, and I think he saw a third. In this scenario, the Owen gun's got 72 bullets. These guys don't look that good. Being able to judge your opponents to see if their movement is good as well, and knowing if you're fighting bots or sweats is also a very big skill that I think he should take into account. He should realize that these guys don't look very good at the game. He has 2 of them cracked. Ready? He says, that's unfortunate. Ready? That's unfortunate. He gets 1 down. You have 1 person now that has absolutely no health and 1 person that might be full. You have cover right here in front of you. You can potentially work to this like spot and try and get a little bit more greedy and try and get the second guy that you had really weak down as well to leave yourself in a 1v1. If you get into a dicey situation where, you know, you realize like, yo, maybe these guys are not going to let me do that, you can just jump off and finesse. He immediately gives this up. And as soon as he gives this up again, he drops down and gives himself, again, less position. And now he's got to try and do this weird finesse, like, you know, out movement and a little bit of luck here too. And he tries to get up here. As he goes up this ladder, he gets killed to the left and he dies. So I think all of that, going back one more time, just to like really harp on this thing because this is what he was talking about. All that starts from here when he drops down and says he's on a heater. This moment right here, he should have tried to take these fights by, watch. Right here with that UAV information. Right there, that UAV information, that ladder to his left, get high ground and start trying to pick people apart one by one. He got overzealous, he got excited, and he tries to rush into a bunch of people and puts himself in a spot where it's really hard to get out of this. That was a huge mistake, and that's what he said he needs to work on. So like, obviously, I don't know if Preds is here and if this gets uploaded to YouTube and whatnot. I'm sure it will. What I think he needs to work on is like when he gets in these scenarios, the only way you can actually practice this is by going on heaters. So play a lot, and the more heaters you go on, the more you can practice this. But really trying to be conscious of like remembering that the game comes to you, even if you have to say it out loud, like, yo, let this game come to me. Like, I've done it before, I promise you. Like when I was going for 40s and 50 bombs in Verdansk and I was actually trying to play that kind of play style, it helped me a lot. And just try and remember that like you have 22 people left on Rebirth with 11 kills. Keep picking these guys off one by one, and they'll keep coming back and they're easier kills for you. And in order to fight a squad of 4, you always want to try and get it down to a 2v1. If you're fighting 4 at one time and they all rush you, you're dead. If you can pick off one, a 1v3, your percentage gets higher. Boom, you pick off another one, you fully heal up, 1v2. 1v2 with full plates. If you're a good player, you can usually win that almost every time if you play it the right way. So he's in a 1v4 right now, or a 1v5 because he goes for this one solo kill. He should really try and pick this team apart more before he full sends it into the building and gives up height advantage. So I think what he should have done is pushed up here, let the game come to him, use the gun skill that he has. He's a very talented player to get those picks one by one off those roofs. And then after that, if you clear that, you could buy a loadout, you could buy a UAV and move on. So yeah, we see this is a mistake he makes, in my opinion. We can skip forward to when he dies. He dies right there. And then he's obviously waiting for his teammates to come back. His teammates all die, and that's over. So he finishes it off with 12 kills, 18 left. I think all that stemmed from, he literally said it out loud that he was on a heater. He got excited. We've all been there. I think only watching a 5-minute gameplay of your gameplay, CPreds, I can't give you, the best advice. I'm not going to lie to you and say, like, this is going to change your life. But I definitely think when you are playing Call of Duty and you go on a heater, you have to try and find a way to remind yourself, which way that is, speaking it out loud, thinking about it in general, whatever it is, that you should try and slow down your gameplay when you get the fights, just like you were doing beforehand. Like if you go backwards a little bit, he goes here, and before he does full send in this, and he gets away with it. It's not a big deal that he does this in the beginning, but look how he approaches this fight beforehand. He knows there's a bunch of people in this building, and because he's not on a heater, he's just going to go up top. He's going to be like, yo, I'm going to play this smart. He's looking for opening picks. You know what I mean? He's looking for opening picks without information, and this is how he should have been playing, but with the information. So all these beginning fights, he ends up getting through. Like, look, he gets all these kills. I'm going to skip forward a little bit. Like, here, gets this kill.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Now watch.
Excuse me.
And then, look, he gets up top here. He's going for high ground, and immediately, watch. He goes for high ground here. He doesn't give up. Look, he stays up high ground, doesn't just full send down low. There's another guy up top on him. He's able to get these kills. Like, all of this stuff gets him these free kills. And then watch, even in here, people have to run up the staircases to him, and now that they're running up to him, he's getting easy kills. This is what he should be trying to continue to do when he is on this heater. All of this. But he veers away from this play style, and as soon as he realizes he can go on a fucking banger, and 9 out of 10 times, that's what gets you killed. Every once in a while, if you're one of the best players in the world, you can get away with it. But even some of the best players in the world, man, are really good at never making the mistake of getting overzealous. That would be my conclusion for CPreds is, I'm telling you, dude, really trying to focus on when you were in those situations to be a little bit smarter like you were this entire whole game. Don't even worry about the kills, man. Like, I know it's so hard to say that. It's easier said than done, but don't even worry about those kills and just worry about killing 4 people at once, picking them apart. Every squad that you fight, you should be like, okay, I'm going to try and pick 2 people off, and then I can full send. And obviously, if you can get 3 people and then full send a 1v1, definitely do that. But always take every fight like that mentality. I'm going to get 2 people, 3 people, then I'm going to full send. And then do it again. And then do it again. And on the bot lobbies that you get and the lobbies that stay healthy, if you keep that idea, you will 100% end up with more kills than instead of going on 10 kills and being like, holy shit, I gotta rush these kills, and then you do that. Hopefully that helps you out. I think that's the best way I can explain it. I don't think I can really give too much more advice right now. It was only a 5-minute gameplay, so hopefully that was enough knowledge to drop on you from what I think can help you. I'm not always correct, but hopefully this helps you out. If this goes on YouTube, like the video, comment the video, subscribe, and all that stuff. We'll be doing a lot of this too. This is going to be some main stuff on my YouTube channel as well. So this is some pretty easy content for me to help you guys out with. And remember, this all stems from the CROWDE'Rs COD camp. If you don't have my Discord, if you're a subscriber to my channel, you are a member of the crowd, and you're in the Discord, and you're a member of the crowd, all you have to do is follow this little template. Obviously, submit your stuff, and then I'll probably eventually get to you throughout the weeks of me streaming and stuff to end my streams. Zayak, you're obviously going to be next. Another really good player with a 3 KD, so I don't know how much I'll be able to help him, but I'll try myself. I'll try my best and all that. So hopefully you enjoy this. Make sure you guys join the Discord and all that too. I really do like helping you guys out when I can. I love you guys, dude, and you guys support me, so I was trying to support you back. So yeah, that's it.